Board Game Geek, Gen Con 2019. I'm here with Justin Gary, Stoneblade Entertainment. Hey.
Doing it.
Come on, what do you got for me, bro?
Oh, I have something very exciting. We brought our early copies of Shards of Infinity, Shadow of Salvation. This is the newest expansion to my hit deck building game, Shards of Infinity.
And anything you do is a hit. Listen, let's just call it what it is. Anything you do, hit.
So this one is, I'm really excited about. So we took, Shards of Infinity was the game I wanted to take my 10 years of experience building deck building games and like, how would I re-envision it now, right? Ascension's great, we're gonna keep making Ascension. How do we re-envision it? We made it very fast, very aggressive, very high pace, like everybody kills everybody in the game. And so that worked out really well. It was really fun. Yeah. Everybody loved it. We did our first expansion, Relics of the Future, added some more mechanics, some uniqueness, kind of doubled down on that philosophy. And so then we decided with this one, let's upend the entire apple cart. Let's make it a cooperative game. And that's what we did with Shadow of Salvation. So, let me dig in a little deper, right? Because we actually we didn't really throw away the old game. We actually added a fifth character, Rez, as you can see here. He comes with his own relics and his own special powers.
We also got there.
Look at that. That guy's cool, right there. And he has his own faction. So it's actually a new faction of cards that gets added to the deck. These are the Aeon, and they have cute little robot doggies from the future. So how cool is that?
Like German Shepherds.
So his thing is that he's a time traveler, so his relics can allow him to take an extra turn or get rid of a bunch of cards. Their main mechanic is Warp, which lets you fast play any card out of the center. So one of the innovations from Shards of Infinity was Mercenary Cards, which specifically could be played right out of the center row. With deck building games, usually you gotta like buy a card, get it in your discard, wait till you shuffle, wait till you draw it, and then get the effect. Mercenary Cards allowed you to have, for certain cards only, you could play them right away and get a boost right away. The Warp cards let you do that with anything. So it gives you a huge amount of strategic advantage because every time you play one of your Warp cards, you can pick the best card on the board and get it right now. So it's a really fun, changes up the basic game quite a bit. So that's, for everybody that loves Shards of Infinity as it is, of course, we've given you new stuff, we've added extra cool things, new character, new ways to play. But the battle book is really where the innovation comes from. So that's this fella right here. It's actually a campaign book with a choose-your-own-adventure story that you can go through, pick different bosses to fight, and depending upon which boss you fight, you'll have its own character. The boss has its own mastery tracker and health tracker, special powers. The bosses have their own attacks. They also have specific minions that they serve them that will come out into play and attack you. It's crazy, complete re-envisioning of everything. And for us, one of the things I love about making games is not just the games part, but the story part, right? The Ascension universe has now almost a decade of story that we built behind it. Shards of Infinity, there's all this cool backstory about where the shards come from and why you have one and how each character, but we don't get to tell that story very well because we have it in flavor text, we have it in the art. If you read the blurb at the start of the rule book, or if you follow our website or our email list, stoneblade.com, you can sign up. Then we give you all this backstory. But for most players, they don't get to interact with it. They don't get to like live the story.
Right.
And so having a book that actually tells you the story and you go through it and you're immersed and there's a plot that you actually influence.
That's the thing, it sucks you right in.
It helps bring it to life. So it's that, the fun, so I got into the industry, I think we talked about this last time, I was a pro Magic player and I traveled around the world doing that, and that competitive card like battling is just in my DNA, it's a big part of everything that I do. But before that, I was a D&D player. Like I love role-playing games, I love immersive story, I love that idea of working together to overcome challenges. And so Shards of Infinity, the Shadow of Salvation is now my attempt to marry those two things together and have that fun of the collaborative storytelling, but the strategy and high energy and competitiveness and comboing of a card game. And so that's what we did here. And in fact, we also allowed you to become even more immersed in the world in two ways. One is on our website, we have stoneblade.com/battlebook. We got a professional voice actor to read all of the story for you. So you can actually go for free and click on the things and have him read the story to you and then pick your choices and follow the path.
And I really enjoyed doing it.
It's a lot of fun. I mean, I like reading the stories too, but actually having someone who can do the voices and go through the characters, it's awesome. It's really cool. So that's another way to be immersed in it. And also, I've hidden inside the battle book a URL that when you get to the end, you can go there and tell us how you how you went through the game, which choices you made, and you get to make a decision about what will happen next in the Shards of Infinity universe. So if you get this game between now and November, we're going to take everybody's feedback and the stories that they do, and and then the fans are going to decide where the next expansion is going to go. So we were able to take something that not only do we get to give you more story, but you become part of the story. You actually get to make the story happen. And there's only going to be one more expansion for Shards of Infinity. We, unlike Ascension, which I love making, I wanted this one to be a complete narrative arc, and so we have 3 different kind of pre-planned concepts that we've been working on, and depending upon what players want, we're going to finish and develop one of them and put it out for the final part of this story arc for next year. So it's very exciting.
Look at you, you beautiful human being. I mean, look at you. Look at you. I mean, is there anything you can't do?
I don't know, man. I don't know, but I know that every time I come here, I get pumped up, so I'm excited, and I can definitely do some more.
This is glorious. You did it again. You did it again. I didn't think you can do it, but you did it again.
Yeah, I hope.
And this is available now?
I wish it was. It is not. We had a couple hundred copies we brought to Gen Con. They sold out. They sold out yesterday. They're all gone. However, we are going to be putting up pre-orders next week on our website. So again, stoneblade.com. Sign up for the email list. You'll find out exactly where it's happening. But also, it'll be in stores around the end of September. We'll get an exact date.
End of September.
Yeah, end of September. And so each one of the things, there's 6 different bosses in the game. Each one is basically its own mini game that forces you to play differently and like share resources in different ways. And so I'm really excited to see. I mean, I've never done a cooperative game before. It's the first time I've actually put one out there, and so.
Because you're not a cooperative guy.
It's not. Yeah.
It's not in your DNA, man.
It's just not.
It's like. Come on.
And so it's been a fun challenge, and I'm super proud of like what the whole team did coming together and making this one happen. And it's been exciting to see people here play it. I'm excited to get it out into the broader world. We'll get it here as soon as we can. I promise.
All right. There you go. There you have it, Justin.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, man.
I can't thank you
It's
enough,
great to be here.
It's great to have you here.
You guys are great. You guys are
Stoneblade Entertainment. Until next time, it's your old pal Rob. We will see you soon.
Yeah.